In this video, I will explain how to calculate nominal GDP and real GDP. So let's start with a quick definition of both of these terms. The nominal GDP is the total value of goods and services produced in an economy in a given time period, measured using current prices. So when we're calculating the nominal GDP for some economy, we're using current prices. Real GDP is the total value of goods and services produced in an economy in a given time period, measured using prices from a base year. So this is the big difference between these two GDP measures. Nominal GDP uses current prices and real GDP uses prices from a base year. So to really wrap our heads around this idea, let's consider some economy where there's only three goods that are produced: TVs, pizzas, and coffee. For this economy, for the year 2024, we have the price and quantity of each of these three goods, and for 2025, we have the price and the quantity of each of these three goods. Now suppose that we want to calculate the nominal GDP for the year 2025. To calculate the nominal GDP for this year, what we're going to do is take the price in the year 2025 multiplied by the quantity in 2025. So the current price and the current quantity. And we're going to add these values for each of the three goods. So just to make that obvious, I'll write that right here. So we're using the current price times the current quantity. So let's see what we get for the nominal GDP. So first we'll focus on TVs. We'll take the current price of $110 and multiply that by the quantity of 1. Then to that we're going to add the current price of pizzas times the current quantity of pizzas, so $12 times 10. Then to that we're going to add the current price of coffee times the current quantity of coffee, so $4 times 5. And when you add these three values together, it comes out to $250. So this is the nominal GDP for the year 2025. Now let's check out this next question. Calculate the real GDP for the year 2025 using 2024 as the base year. So when we go to calculate this real GDP, we're still going to use the current quantity for each good, but we're going to use the price from 2024. So I'll write that down to make it obvious. So we're using the base price times the current quantity. So let's go ahead and calculate the real GDP. So for TVs, the price we're going to use is the base price from 2024. So $100 times the current quantity of 1. Then to that we're going to add, for pizzas, we're going to use the base price, so from 2024 times the current quantity of 10. So $10 times 10. Then to that we're going to add coffee, so we're going to use the base price from 2024 times the current quantity of 5. So $5 times 5. And when you add all of those values together, it comes out to $225. So this is the real GDP for the year 2025 using 2024 as the base year. Now, one thing that you'll notice when you're calculating nominal GDP and real GDP for a given year is that the nominal GDP is almost always going to be greater, because remember, the nominal GDP is using current prices. And over time, the price for most goods tends to increase. So when you're calculating nominal GDP, when you're using these current prices, these prices are usually higher than the base price that you would be using from a previous year. So that's why nominal GDP is usually higher than real GDP. Now, the reason that you would even want to calculate real GDP is because it shows whether an economy is actually producing more goods and services, while nominal GDP can be impacted by price changes. So that was just a quick example of how to calculate nominal GDP and how to calculate real GDP.